Okay, so now you have completed the points A1, BA and P1, and you have joined A1 to B1. Okay, so next we will see next one is FCB tangential. Okay, FCBT. So it is B1CB and the value is 1.75 and it should be parallel to BC. Okay, so parallel to BC means same as the link BC, parallel to BC. Okay, so you can see B1 to CB 1.75, now opposite direction. So B to C was from left to right, so we have to move from right to left. So B1 CB 1.75 value, 1.75 left side, parallel to BC, draw B1 to CB. Okay, then after drawing 1.75, next value FTCB, it is unknown. Okay, you don't know the value. You don't know the value. Okay, then it is a blank, but you know the direction. You don't know the magnitude, but you know the direction. Perpendicular to BC, that is perpendicular to BC now. So take perpendicular to BC this direction, and then from here CB to C1, draw a straight line like this. CB to C1, draw a straight line. So B1 to CB you can draw like this, and from here up to here you get 1.75, and from here perpendicular to this draw a straight line. You don't know the value, so just draw a straight line, just perpendicular to that. Okay, draw a straight line perpendicular to that, and just keep it as it is. Don't take the value because you don't know the value. Okay, so do up to here. Okay, so B1 to CB just parallel to BC 1.75 value. Then from CB to C1 you don't know the magnitude, but you know the direction. It is just perpendicular to B1 CB or directly the perpendicular to BC, just perpendicular to BC. Just draw a line and keep it as it is, just like this. You don't know the value, just extend this line. Okay, now keep it as it is. Now you don't know how to join B1 to C1, so you just leave it now. So next we'll go to next point. So next point is now FCCD. Okay, and that can be taken with the DC square by DC, so that is 2.72, and it is parallel to DC. Okay, so 2.72 parallel to DC. So take DC now, length this is like this, so parallel to this. So start from D now, D1. So this is initial point D1. So now D1 to CD, it is 2.72 parallel to CD you take. So you will getting like this. So if you move from D to C in the link diagram, it is from bottom to right, top, right? So it becomes the opposite now. So D1 to C1 downwards here up to CD. So you can take the scale of 2.72 and then draw up to CD. And next step, the last one, FTCD, this one, that is tangential, it is perpendicular to DC. So now from, you know that value of 2.72, so you can take up to CD point, and then you draw a line now perpendicular to this or perpendicular to DC. You will be getting a line here, just extend this line, and this will intersect the point from coming from CB. So this intersection point is nothing but C1. This intersection point is nothing but C1. C1. Okay. So try this. How you getting C1 point? Okay. So first you have to move from B1 to CB 1.75 and draw a straight line like this. And then start from D1 to CD, that is 2.72, draw a parallel line from DC, and then you get up to CD of value of 2.72, and then from there take perpendicular line to this line or perpendicular to DC, nothing but same. So from this extend this line, that intersection point is nothing but the point C1. Okay. So get the point C1 now. Now once you get point C1, you can draw a line from B1 to C1 now. You can draw a line from B1 to C1. So this becomes B1 C1. Similarly, you can draw a line from D1 to C1. So you get D1 C1. Okay. So first you got A1 B1 like this. In the morning we have done this A1 B1. Now you get by intersection of this point at C1, you get this line as B1 C1, and this one as D1 C1. Okay, so these three lines are important for us. So to get these three, we have taken centripetal tangential. So solve this first. I'll give you 2 minutes time, you can solve this. Okay, so next you got these lines. Now measure these lines. They are important, A1 B1, then B1 C1, and then D1 C1. Okay. Got this? Now this part is over. Now as per the table we have drawn this. So what is asked in the question, that is now important. So the angular accelerations of links BC and then CD is asked. Okay. So let us see, can we solve this BC and CD? So what is this angular acceleration of BC and CD? They are nothing but these things, right? They are nothing but these two things which is asked. Okay, you can see for BC, then for CD. So they have asked these two things only, which is unknown in the table. Okay, so how to get this? Now you got the value now. So you have taken the dimensions of this FTCB and FTCD. Okay, so now let us calculate now. So the angular accelerations of alpha BC can be now calculated, that is nothing but as FTCB, or nothing but it is nothing but CBC1. Okay, that is nothing but CBC1. We measure this value in the scale. How much you are getting CBC1? Just check it out.
Sir, 2.2, sir.
So here as per the dimension they have got 2.25. So okay, so 2.25 is the value. So that you need to consider here, because in the table they have given this one CBC1. Okay, so FTCB, to measure this I need this value. So I will take CBC1, so 2.25 divided by 0.066, I will get 34.09. Same thing, FTCB is nothing but alpha into BC, right? Alpha BC into BC. So just we have taken alpha BC, just reverse you have to calculate now. To get alpha BC, it will be FTCB by BC1. Okay, so you got 34.09. Next, alpha CD. So alpha CD is, to get this you have to use CDC1. Okay, so FTCD or CDC1, this one. So measure this CD to C1. This thing you have to measure, CD to C1. Anyone measure it, CD to C1? Just check me, tell me the answer. How much you getting in
Sir,
your
4.40, sir.
around 4 point is okay. 4.43 is the value. Up to 4 to 5 is okay. Anywhere between 4 to 5 if you are getting, that is also okay. Because you take a lot of construction in this, so you will not be getting exact same values. Okay, around 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, 4.4, 4.5, 4.6, anything is okay. Okay, so you got 4.43 as per this I am taking. So 4.43 divided by 0.056, that is the length of the link CD, you get 79.11 radians per second square. So you got this value. Okay, so this is the first step what is asked, that is alpha BC and alpha CD is asked in the question. Okay, so moving to the next part, what they have asked the linear accelerations of point E, F and G. Okay, that is at this point and then this point. Okay, so point E is just the location between B and C, so that can be measured directly. Only thing you have to locate the point F and point G. Okay, that is little bit separate. Okay, so first let us see for the point E. So to locate point E1, so it is on B1 C1 only, because the point E is on BC only. So the point E1 will be at between B1 and C1 only. Okay, so B1 to C1, on this only you can take the ratio B1 E1 by B1 C1 is equal to BE by BC. It is just the ratio. So if you take acceleration ratio, it should be equal to the link ratio also. Okay, so B1 E1 by B1 C1 is equal to BE by BC. So you know the value of BE and BC. Okay, so using this you can get the location of point E1 by taking B1 E1 distance. So B1 C1 already you have measured it, so you know the value of B1 C1, this already you know. So B1 E1 you can measure it, so and you can mark the point E1 on that. So B1 E1 whatever you are getting, you take that point here B1 and then join from A1 to E1. So join this now line A1 to E1. So this line now, measure this line A1 to E1, how much you are getting. So that will be the nothing but acceleration at point E. That will be nothing but acceleration at point E. How much you are getting? Just check me and tell me. First to calculate.
Sir, 5.15, sir.
Exact you are getting?
Yes, sir. Between 1 and 2 it is.
You're not seeing and telling, right? You are getting 5.15 only?
Between 1 and 2 it is coming,
Okay,
sir. So
okay, then,
5.15.
okay, so you'll get if you do correctly, almost you'll get same thing. So you get 5.15. Okay, so this will be getting 5.15. 5.15. Okay. So as you can see, A1 BA what you have taken is 5.51. So somewhere it should be in that range only, automatically, because it is nearer to that. Okay. So if you're getting nearer to that, automatically you'll be getting almost the same type of answer, almost 5 point you should get. Okay. So next,
Sir, it is B1 even, no sir.
yes,
Not A1 even. It is B1 even, sir, not A1 even.
A1 even you have to mark now. A1 even, A1
Yes.
even you have to draw from this line. After locating B1 to E1, what is the acceleration of any point? Always it should be from the initial point. If you want to calculate acceleration of any point, so if you want to calculate now acceleration of point E, it should be from the initial point only, that is starting point. So F1 if you want to calculate, it should be from A1 to E1. So acceleration of any point, it will be from the initial point only. So always you have to take the initial point, that is A1 is the initial point here. So if you measure from A1 to that point, that is the acceleration. Similar as velocity only. If you want a velocity of any point, you take from the initial point only. Okay. So that you need to take. First you have to measure B1 to E1 by using this ratio. Mark that point E1 on this B1 to C1. How much you are getting B1 to E1? How much you are getting B1 to E1? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir, I am doing, sir.
1.8, sir.
B1 to E1, how much you getting?
1.7, sir.
So 1 point something will
1.8,
get,
sir.
because you can see B1 to BA is nearer to that, so it is 1.3. So around 1 point something will be getting. So first you mark the point E1 on B1 C1. That distance you take from B1 and measure it on that length, and from there E1 you draw a line from A1 to E1. Okay, then join A1 to E1 and measure it. So this will be around 5.15. Around 5 to 5.5 is okay. Any value from 5 to 5.5 you should get. In that range it should be there. Okay. Next, similarly, you have to locate now for point F and G. Okay. So you have to mark now F1 and G1. Okay. So for that you can go to step B and C. So draw now triangle B1 C1 F1, because this is a triangle. Ternary link BCF is a triangle. Okay. So that you have to take a triangle now B1 C1 F1 triangle. You have to draw similar to triangle BCF, how you are drawn in the triangle in the link there. So keeping in the mind that BCF as well as B1 C1 F1 are read in the same order, that is clockwise in this case. Okay. So like that you have to take this point and then mark the point F1. Mark the point F1 such that you draw a triangle similar to B1 C1 F1, similar to triangle BCF, how you are drawn in the link there. Okay. So you will be getting a triangle like this from C1 to F1, and then similarly B1 to F1 you will be getting like this. So this intersection point will be nothing but point F1. Next, once you get point F1, this you have to join with the initial point. This you have to join with the initial point, that is A1. So A1 F1 now you have to measure. So this A1 F1, when you measure, this will be nothing but the acceleration at point F. Okay, that is asked in the question. Okay. So if you calculate this A1 F1, so you get around 4 point something. So 4.4 something you will get. Okay. So this is the answer, 4.42 here it is shown. So around 4 to 4.5 you should get. 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, 4.4, 4.5. 4.6, any value you can get. Okay, so in that range you should get, and mark this point and calculate A1 F1. So you get around 4.42. Okay, similarly, now take the point G in the same manner to take the triangle. Okay, that is locate the point of G1 now. So this point to locate, so linear acceleration of the point G can also be drawn by the acceleration image of the triangle DCG. So same as DCG, as it was, you can see that triangle is coming outwards. You have to take on the left side now, because it was on the right side now. Then it is in that order. So if we take D1 C1 now, using the help of D1 C1, so you can take a point, mark the point G1. So take here C1 G1 here, and then from D1 to G1 locate these points. So intersection point will be nothing but point G1. Okay, and from the initial point if you measure, that is D1 G1, so this distance automatically, whatever you get, that is nothing but the value of acceleration at point G. So Fg will be around 3.9 you will be getting. Okay, so as you have seen in the link here, this BCF is coming downwards, point F is coming up downwards. So we have taken opposite direction, that's why we have taken the point F. We have taken point here F in this direction. Okay, opposite direction. It was lower side, so we have taken F in the opposite direction. So F1 is located above, and here point G is located on the right side of this. So if you get the reverse, it should be reverse. So it should be on no opposite direction. So that's why G1 point is located on the left side here, other side. So opposite direction. Okay, so like this you try to locate the points and then get the points F1 and then G1 and calculate these values. So you should get F acceleration at point F, FF as 4.42 and FG as 3.9. Okay, so try to get these points. Okay, yes, anyone was asking any doubt?
So can you explain again F1 G1?
Okay.
Yes.
So go it slowly, no problem. You ask me 10 times, I will explain 10 times, but don't sit idle. You're not understanding and all. Okay. So you can ask 100 times, I will explain, but do it correctly. So I think up to F acceleration at point E is okay. So now see, this is a triangle now. I have to inscribe this triangle BCF. This is the BCF. So similarly, I have to take now triangle B1 C1 F1. Okay, but I have to already B1 C1 is already there. So just I have to take one more point F1 and then draw B1 F1 and then C1 F1. Similarly, this is another triangle CDG. Okay, so this is another triangle. Same thing, I have to again draw similar triangle up to here, that will become C1 D1 G1. Okay, same thing I have to inscribe over here. So always remember this. Now to locate point F1, as you can see the point F is coming downwards. So what I have done, always I have taken all opposite direction only, because it is a counterclockwise direction what we had taken at the initial point, and always we have taken parallel lines and it is opposite. So all taking from A to B we have taken opposite, because AB was in this direction, so we have taken opposite direction downwards. Okay, same way here also the point location of point F, now we take reverse now. So take a line from C1 to F1. Okay, you can take in the ratio, that ratio whatever you are getting, that similar using the similar triangle, and mark the point F1, and similarly from B1 to F1 similar triangle to with respect to BF, and cut the arc here, and the intersection of this point will be located as point F1. Okay, then similarly once you get F1 you can join A1 to F1. Now for point G1, again you have to take a similar triangles with respect to this ratio. Okay, so it is CD is already drawn, C1 D1 is already there. Now just you have to take that G point, and using that CG ratio you take C1 G1. Okay, and they take a line here. So you take at that distance and cut the arc here, and similarly from D1 to G1 take that distance and cut the arc here. You will get the intersection of point G1. Okay, that the location of point F1 and G1, that is the important to us. So if you measure that from the initial point or the end point, nothing but same, so that will be the value of that acceleration. Okay, so just try to locate these points F1 and G1. You try to do it. Okay, if you have not understood, once again I will explain. Okay, so don't worry, just try to do it. I will once
So can
again,
you show it once in AutoCAD, sir?
yes, I will show you, don't worry. Okay, you try this. I will send the recorded version of solving this problem in Solid Edge. Okay, I will show you. Those who are not understood, I will add one more video. In that video you can see how to construct this once again. I will show there, no problem. First try to solve using this method. Okay, I will not take separately, I just record the video and send it to in the YouTube. Okay, that link I will share in the classroom, you can see there. I will share that with Solid Edge also. So those who are done here, you can okay. So those who are not understood, once again I will do in Solid Edge and show you. No problem.
ಸರ್ ಸಿಡಿ ಸಿ1 ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಬರಕತ್ತ ಸರ್ ಭಾಳ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ
ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂತು?
ಸರ್ 5.1 ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತ ಸರ್ ಸಿಡಿ ಸಿ1.
CD C1 5.1, oh, 4.43, okay, 4.8 and 4.8, 4. At least up to 4.9 you should get, no problem.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
But 5 above 5, why it is going? I think you are not taken exact perpendicular lines. A small inclination in the angle direction, you will get wrong answer, because see, this should be perpendicular. If you are not taking this exactly 90 degree, then you get some wrong results. I think some you take 89, 87, 88, like that you take. Some students I have seen, then don't take exactly perpendicular. So always you should take perpendicular and parallel line. I had given you one demonstration. You can see the link there in the classroom. I had shown how to draw perpendicular line. Place your scale here and then use the set square and keep that set square on your scale, and you can draw perpendicular line to any line using that scale. You just move your scale and automatically place that any on which line you want to get perpendicular line from that. So use that scale reference and place the set square of 90 degree, and you can draw a parallel perpendicular line to that. Always
Okay,
you have to remember, you should take perpendicular. A small inclination of 1 or 2 degree will result severely in the answer. Automatically 1 or 2 degree will result in 5 to 10% deviation in the answer. Okay, that's why that error is allowed, but you can't make purposefully that much of error. Up to small variation is okay. Okay, but try to do as far as possible 100% correct. Okay, then if you draw perfectly 100% perpendicular, you will get exact correct answer. Okay, so those who understood is okay. Those who are not understood how to take the points, I will explain once again in the Solid Edge, not now. I will record and send you. Okay, so that again you can watch and again practice. Okay, so solve this problem correctly.
Sir, to locate G1 and F1, first we have to measure angle, sir, from that.
No, you have to take the similar triangles. I told you, no, draw triangle B1, C1, F1 similar to triangle BCF. Okay, see how to take the ratio. I already told you, no. See, this is B1 E1 by B1 C1. How you have taken the ratio? It is nothing but B by BC. Okay, so like that similar triangle you can take for this thing. Already you know the value of D1 C1. So if you take the ratio of any length and compare with the initial link length, that ratio you maintain for other things. You know the other dimensions. So same thing you can take. See here. You know the point, right? This one. You know the dimension of point F. So take that ratio. BF you already know it is 45, and if compare with the regular value of BC, and that B1 C1 already you know. So what will be the value of B1 F1 you can take. So like that you can take the ratio and take it.
Sir, D1 CD 3 meter per second square is okay, sir.
D1 C1.
CD, sir.
D1 CD.
D1 CD, sir.
How much you getting?
3 meter per second square, sir.
2.72 is there. No, already it is.
Means, sir, in velocity diagram, I got CD distance 0.41, sir.
If you get there only some variation, then we can't help. Here only we got some different answer.
0.41 I got, sir, in CD, sir.
So automatically there will be some difference. See, in velocity automatically if there is some variation, automatically acceleration also will get some variation. No problem. I told you 5 to 10% is given. Okay, up to that is okay. No problem.